Okay, how about now? And the mic was muted? Man, thank you guys for your patience. You guys were fantastic. I couldn't have a better audience. All right, so again, guys, wow. All right, we'll see if we can't get some nice juicy trades to make up for that BS. Hey, what's going on, Alex? Thank you for joining us, man. Thanks for the shout out, brother. You have a good day at work, man. Check out XRP. Think it's finally ready to break down. I agree with you as well, actually. All right, guys. Jeez. Woo, 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 woo. Man, I got to take some water after that. Yeah, you guys are on a little bit of a you guys are on a little bit of a delay.
It's over 9,000.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for the sub on YouTube, man, especially with the technical difficulties. That really I hope that really speaks for the quality of my technical analysis, guys. All right, so before we get into the beautiful, wonderful TA, I do want to do the boring, I guess, normal YouTuber stuff, because there are some interesting news articles that I did want to talk about and give my opinion on. The first off is, for those of you who are new to options, I want you guys to go check out Deribit if you're not currently trading on Deribit. I think this is pretty sweet. Now, why? Huh. There we go. Cool. Had to get that ticker at the bottom working. So this is by Connor Blenkensop, November 22nd, 2018. For those of you who aren't familiar with trading options, this used to be my bread and butter back in the day in traditional equities. And now you can trade options on Deribit. So they say options are the answer for dealing with the bearish crypto market, trading platform says. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, so for those of you who don't know, here's the, I guess, Wikipedia definition. Options are a form of a financial derivative where buyers have the right to buy or sell a financial asset at agreed upon price for a set amount of time. However, as part of these contracts, they're not obligated to complete a transaction. So essentially, you can put a call option out, and that gives you the right to buy at a certain price. You can also put a put option out, and that gives you the right to sell at a certain price, but you're not actually obligated to act on that. However, it costs money to open up that put or call option. But yeah, for those of you who know what you're doing, and that they are quite lucrative. So we're going to be probably looking as we move forward, when we do our mass exodus from MEX to Deribit. We'll probably be looking at trading options and giving advice on trading options as well. According to JEX, the platform which is bringing options trading to the cryptocurrency world, this method helps investors to limit their losses while maximizing their potential profits. Of course, this is not to say there are not significant risks involved, as always, when trading a highly volatile asset. Blah, 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 blah. So JEX is going to be launching an options trading platform here. So we'll look forward to that. Now, most of the retail traders are probably not going to be able to participate with that. You guys are probably just want to go check out Deribit for us retail traders. Sorry I couldn't watch yesterday. Did you talk about APL or not yet? No, I did not. Thanksgiving did not give me time to research as much as I would like to. Again, it's not on TradingView, so we can maybe try and take a quick look at it today, and I'll see what information I can pull up. If you have like some information, I will attempt to look at it as best as I can, but we'll start off with CoinMarketCap, and then if you have things that you are particularly interested in, I can try and go over it for you, Chris. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Christian? But thank you for watching. And yes, I will be glad to go over that for you. All right, guys. So that's options. Just guys, keep that in mind. Options, I think, are going to be a fantastic avenue to make money and profit. Really, we've been doing futures as we know. Now, for those of you who are saying, I saw a comment earlier that mining is below cost. That the cost of mining a Bitcoin is actually non-profitable right now, as we've been talking about for a while. The thing is that it depends on where you're at. Now, everybody is spreading the FUD that mining is centralized in China. That's actually not the case. It would be very hard. It doesn't even matter see, the thing is, and I was actually having this conversation on Your Crypto Daily News the other day with a very intelligent person, but the person posed the question like, if people aren't using their Bitcoin protocols securely, like, so how are they connecting to the Bitcoin protocol? So whether you're using Bitcoin Core, which just about everything is based off of, or whether you're using Exodus, or whether you're using Electrum, which is an SPV. Now, Electrum would be the easiest way for you to get spoofed. But if for some reason, if somehow people were able to, say you were only connected to nodes in one region where the mining, where the miners in one particular region were processing those transactions, and so you weren't connected to nodes across the world. So that's the point of like running Armory, for example, is making sure that you're connected to nodes in multiple countries, and that way you can't get spoofed. So it would be very difficult. We're not talking a 51% attack, but it would be very difficult. Again, guys, we've heard this kind of FUD about mining centralization. The Bitcoin blockchain's never been hacked. Mining is decentralized. It's blah blah blah. However, crypto miners are selling off mining devices by the kilo at Bits Market Decline. And actually, I saw a pretty interesting video on Twitter the other day of this mining farm that was shutting down in China, and they were just like throwing ASICs out the door. And again, this is kind of an opportunity. What this says to me is that it's probably a good time to get into mining. I was talking to Tex, and he's a miner. And I asked him what's going to be the future of mining, and he says, "Listen, for the guys who are getting in right now, or the people that stick it out for the long term, this is a fantastic opportunity for them, guys. GPUs are really cheap, ASICs are really cheap. I think he said the L9 Plus or the L3 Plus was a fantastic deal right now. So again, I'm not a mining expert, but listen, guys, it doesn't really matter how long we go through this bear market. The fact that we have financial institutions stepping in to pick up and actively get involved in cryptocurrency. I mean, we've been talking about this for literally a year now, guys. I'm not going to sit here and do the whole strong hand, weak hand thing, but I know, I firmly believe that holding on to my BTC throughout the bear market will be fine, and I'll trade my trading portfolio of BTC to increase my stack of BTC, and that's how I've been doing things for a couple years now, and it's worked out just fantastically for me. And I think for the individuals that don't lose faith and continue to realize why we're doing this, why we're in this space, and that Bitcoin does have a viable use case, and the fact that you have, futures platforms launching, options platforms launching, Fidelity getting involved, all these and more, and an ETP, excuse me, not an ETF, an exchange traded product opening up in Switzerland very soon. Listen, guys, I mean, they're not opening up this stuff so they can short it to zero. They're going to open up this stuff so that they can buy these discount prices and get prepared for the next bull run, guys. Even if it's just pure psychology, even if it's just pure psychology. Croatian name, right on. No, I like it, man. I dig it. All right. So this article says cryptocurrency mining operations in China are reportedly selling mining machines by weight as opposed to price per unit. So might not be a bad opportunity, guys, to scoop up some cheap mining results some cheap mining rigs on the low from China. Again, you always want to make sure that you buy your, generally you want to make sure, just as with all electronic devices, you don't know what kind of things they're putting in there. Scott would be the first person to tell you about bugs that are being put into, cell phones that are coming across. So you have to take all that into account. But listen, guys, when there's blood in the streets, man, you want to be buying, guys. So, and we all know that crypto mining has been one of the most profitable avenues for those of us interested in this space. So for those of you interested in mining and maybe taking a less stressful backseat approach to earning your BTC, this might not be bad. So it says right here, a mining machine bought at up to a price of $2,885 a year ago is reportedly currently sold for $144. So, I mean, if you've got a couple grand just laying around, I don't see, you can point this stuff. There's lots of really cool script coins that you can point this hash power at. Yeah, man. So there's that. And then I think the next article that I wanted to go over real quick. All right. So this is just an example. I want to point this out. This is just the example of what kind of analysis you get from professional analysts, and it's just absolutely crap, man. What is going on with the crypto markets? Analysts unpack factors behind 10-day slump. And again, you guys can read this if you want, but this is all on Cointelegraph. kind of sometimes the cesspool of the cryptocurrency internet news. But over the last 10 days, the cryptocurrency markets have endured a massive sell-off across the board. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that wonderful information, analysts. You've just hit the nail on the head. Or also, you can go over to chartguys.com. Listen, I like the chart guys. He's funny, but let me sum up every chart guy episode when he's talking about Bitcoin. Well, the bulls need to see higher highs and the bears need to see lower lows. Well, yeah, no shit, dude. Come on, dude. Let's see here. As the value of Bitcoin and numerous altcoins have continued to decline to depressing levels, a certain amount of panic has ensued. Well, no shit. But however, what's interesting is that and we've been talking about this for a while. What are the main reasons? What are some of the main reasons why the market is plunging? Well, first off, we have the technical reasons. Again, guys, going back to BTC previously back here quite a while ago. So let's go look at the daily chart. Not a huge reset the chart here. Boom. Not a huge surprise. We had charted these lines out on the chart quite a while ago, and when we saw longs absolutely skyrocket, and we saw institutions short. It was pretty clear to me, and I've been talking about this for a while. The more times we tested the psychological resistance of 5,800, 6,000. Adriano Postinger, thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. Highly appreciated. The more times we had tested this psychological resistance, the more likely it was to break. And I've been talking for a while about a massive spike down to 5,500, and then we just continued to go lower, guys. We had this very weak consolidation period. We didn't get a nice massive reaction like I wanted to see, and then we had another confirmed breakdown candle and continuing to move lower and lower and lower, and we fell down to my original price target of 43.86, which again, guys, I put on the chart quite a while ago. All right, so let's unauto this and move down. So as I was talking about also, where's our next target? It's down here, guys, at 29.31. So we've got that roughly $3,000 psychological level. Not a whole lot in between that and us, guys. And again, as I pointed out to you, here's my reasoning behind that, guys. Look, I mean, you get in life, you get what you deserve. And look how price just massively shot up and did not spend any time consolidating in this period. That means this is not an area where traders were interested in buying and selling or actually finding fair market value for BTC price at this levels, i.e. this is not a fair market value area, low volume node for Bitcoin price. And the first place where we start to see traders interested in buying and selling and moving the price around a little bit begins here at the top of the high value node, 29.31. The reality is that we'll probably consolidate in this lower level if and when we do drop down to those lower areas. So starting off on the daily chart for Bitcoin thus far. Looking at the daily chart, we are trading below yesterday's low. Not a fantastic thing. We have an indecision. We have that's technically a long-legged doji, but it's not a super long-legged doji. So we're just going to call a spade, and it's going to be a doji, guys. Trading on higher volume than yesterday's candle, but moving with less volatility, meaning the buyers are stepping up. Now on the daily chart, again, RSI has been oversold for a whole while, so we're not even going to pay attention to that, guys. What I need to do is actually throw on my other template. Sorry about that. And let's let that load here for just a hot second. All right, excellent, fantastic. Yep, ton of shorts entering always at the bottom of the market. We have shorts entering here. They don't get trapped. They don't get trapped, so they're in profit. All right. And then we have more shorts enter here at the bottom of the market. Not the best place to enter into a short. This again, usually also statistically not the best place to enter into a short, because when you do see such a massive stab down below support with a long wick, you're generally expecting a little bit of a bounce movement. But again, looking at the daily chart, once we broke down from that 21-day moving average, now we've just experienced rejection from our 8-period moving average, and it's going to take time for us to resolve these EMAs. They're going to have to catch up with us, and they just continue to grind down and grind down and grind down on us, guys. So unless we see, and we're going to see that here fairly soon when we go look at the lower time periods, unless we see another capitulation breakdown below a critical support level here, a wild left price scale appears. Boom, get the fuck out of here. Unless we see that, and we can see that, listen, guys, here, longs picked up. All right, longs fell off. Price was finally able to make a little bit of a spike here as longs dropped off a little bit again, guys. But then the longs are just continuing to pick up again, guys. It's just like they haven't figured it out, guys. And until the longs actually like genuinely capitulate and fall down to a level like here, our cumulative net longs here, I find it very hard to understand that price is going to move up. And as you can see, if we zoom out here a little bit, I had drawn, I know it's kind of a mess, and that's why I don't really like doing these things, but it just gives us something to talk about. I think I'll probably redo this maybe tonight, and we'll look at this as a parallel channel. Yeah, guys, I'll get to the chat here in just a little bit. So I see some questions, and I'll try to address all that. But let me get to the analysis first, otherwise I'll get sidetracked because there's a lot I want to go over. But yeah, guys. So as we did have this descending channel that we've been trading in, and it's a Fibonacci channel, just to give us more areas to talk about, more points on the chart to really pay attention to. And as you can see here, what's interesting is that after we test the bottom of the channel, so after we establish that we are trading in a channel, we respect the 618 Fibonacci retracement level of that Fibonacci channel. Okay, we can see the price gets reversed right here after a double tap off that 618, and then we make a failed break out of the channel. Remember, guys, whenever we have a failed rally, price generally moves fairly violently down the opposite direction, and that's exactly what we did, establishing my first resistance level here at 6160. Which again, I'm not super excited for the bull run until we get above 6160. Now we are going to see ruminations and signs of it as we're at a lower price. But guys, listen, I just want you guys to keep in mind, like, after all this, it's going to take some time for people to rally and get behind this. Like, yes, the back's going to come out. Big Daddy back got pushed back to January 2019. We'll go over that in a little bit. And we're seeing a lot of particularly interesting things. I need to move the mic over here because I'm always talking against the mic, and I think that's probably why it cuts out. So hopefully that's better for you guys because I'm looking at the screen in front of me. Because I have a noise gate. Crypto Kibo says I put another 100 USD in into the grand MIB coin, yield grand MIB coin. So yeah, guys, the 618 Fibonacci retracement level, if we were to fall kind of vertically straight down from here, again, that's pointing us down at that $2,000 level, down to the $1,500 level, and we'll see how violently and far we fall down to that. But again, we have seen that continually respected. Again, we've only tested it once though, a double tap twice off of that. So again, not putting a whole lot of stock into that because I'm not a chart patterns guy. I look at price action and more so I look at sentiment. You guys know me, but right now signs kind of pointing down, and you can see that we are consolidating at the top of that channel level. The bulls desperately want to push the price up above it, but so far we have not been able to close above that upper boundary of the channel that we had respected for quite some time, guys. But of course, we have to give all these chart patterns a little wiggle room, which is why I don't put a whole lot of stock in them. Going to our 12-hour chart, this is not looking fantastic, guys. The last time we saw this, price just broke down from this level, all right? Looking at the 12-hour chart, we do have some nice bullish volume stepping in here, but it's a failed rally, and we get that another push back down. And the fact that we're testing support twice now here is not looking really fantastic to me, guys. So looking at the 6-hour chart too, as you can see, we continue to drift a little bit lower. And we had again, you could have taken this trade. I drew these charts. Once we get to the 1-hour chart, we can kind of look and see what I was talking about here. We do have some longs attempting to step in and buy this up, but again, declining volume on that movement back up, and we get that rising volume as price is moving down, guys. So that is also looking fairly bearish to me. 4-hour chart not looking fantastic as well. Again, we're just getting continual grinding down from our EMAs here. They continue to just move down and grind against us, guys. And as they continue to get closer, we're going to enter an area just like we saw here where our EMAs. So we had a nice violent spike down here on the 4-hour chart. We move into this period of sideways consolidation, forming this bearish pennant. Our EMAs finally catch up with us, and we try to burst above them, as we saw right here. And as you guys recall from the stream a few days ago, this was the area where I told you guys I had my I was in a short position. I had my stop at 5,600. I got stopped out live on stream, and then I immediately re-entered, and we were able to, as a trading group, catch that decline down. All right. But yeah, so now our EMA is catching up with us again on the 4-hour time frame, and I think price is going to continue to move sideways until they catch up with us and level out. And then if we don't get a break up, it's going to be a breakdown, guys. And let's see. So for some reason, the lines that I had drawn yesterday got deleted. So I obviously didn't update my charts when auto update turned off, because I find that highly annoying. So we'll just redraw them here live on screen. So yesterday, what did I talk about yesterday? I talked about a sweep down to this level if we were going to experience an uptrend. If we were going to experience movement back upwards to break above our 43.86 level, which is now acting as fairly critical resistance. You can see that was my original price target, and it is kind of our point of control at this point in time right here. We have another point of control up here at 45.15, which is going to be our second level of resistance. However, we can see that price tried to break down below it. We had a failed rally. We bounced off it as support. We tried to consolidate around it for a while, and we broke down. So now it's going to act as resistance, and we do see that. We tried to make a rally up. It failed. We got rejected again. And looking at our 60-minute chart, we're seeing an attempt, guys, but very, very, very weak volume, guys. This does not look fantastic to me. So again, not a trade that I would wanted to take. I know some people took some little long positions, but not an outlier in volume. You want to see a volume spike like you see right here if you are going to be expecting a strong movement back up. But we're going to take what we can get right now in the Bitcoin trading space. But I do not see a trade on the table for me. And as we can see here on the hourly chart too, our exponential moving averages are catching up with us and just continuing to grind us down, guys. And we're getting just strong resistance still from that 21 period moving average. So I'm not really excited until we can get above that. Until we get above that, I think just a slow grind down. Now we'll see if we can get a little bit of a bounce here. So we see the longs start to pick up here as well. And they're starting to kind of catch on. They're starting to kind of fall off. We always see shorts enter at the worst absolute spot in the marketplace. But just volume's so low, guys. We'll take what we can get. And I'm not going to take a trade until I see volume confirm a strong movement for me. And again, yesterday was Thanksgiving. I was sleeping last night, so I didn't get into this trade. I didn't take it. So we'll be back today in the Discord, actively day trading, seeing what we can take and doing what we can do. But right now, I'm not in a position. I don't see a position. I would have been down to take a sweep down to this level, looking for a strong stop loss hunt down to this level, and looking for that long tail, and then trying to take that and ride that position up to current levels of resistance. So probably 43.86 around that region is the trade I would have been looking for. But yeah, it's not on the table right now. So again, guys, when I see a position, I take it, but I don't see anything that I want to take right here. Now, do we see any kind of divergence? Nope, no divergence there. In fact, we actually see, let's see, blah, 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 a little bit of bearish, because here we have on Fisher, we're posting a little bit of a higher high here, but that's more consolidation high. So we go back to our true high here, and then a lower high, higher high here. So a little bit of actually bullish confirmation right there, bullish hidden divergence. So bearish. So yeah, not looking really super fantastic for me. The fact that we can't get above these lower areas, and the fact that we just continue to drift lower and lower and lower toward these low volume nodes. So only two options on the table, guys. And again, this is the same thing I was saying yesterday during Thanksgiving live stream. Stop loss hunt, a sweep down to this level to take out this low. Be potentially looking to enter into a long here if the volume in the candlestick pattern confirms it. And then I'll look for a bounce trade right now, actually back to the 21 EMA if I correct myself a little bit more, because we've just gotten continual resistance from that on this movement downward. But potentially, if it's a full-bodied candle and that's a breakdown candle, guys, then then we're looking down. Where's our next Fibonacci support level? We're right down here about 3480, 3300. I know some people are talking about there. But yeah, guys, until these longs really get the fucking point, dude, until these longs capitulate, there's not many potential buyers, right? Okay, does that make sense? Because these longs are trapped in long positions, because look, the longs started picking up here and they're about to get fleeced, all right? They're about to get slammed down. Now, two options. They get fleeced because all their stops get hit when we get a sweep down to this level below the local low, or below the swing low right here. And if that happens, it's going to provide liquidity to intelligent people wanting to go long. However, it's also possible that the shorts just continue to pile in at that level as they should, and the tap liquidity allows price to move further down. And then we'll look for shorts to get exhausted and then become potential buyers, because shorts in established positions are potential buyers, because when shorts have to exit their positions, they have to buy, which pushes price up. However, people already in long positions are potential sellers because they can't buy anymore. They're already in their position, and they entered into a position at a bad point in time. So now all these longs are underwater. We see the longs continue to pick up down here. Longs started entering in around this area right here. Longs were entering at the top. It's stupid. And longs continue to enter into this sideways period movement down. Just longs, retail traders always entering at the absolute worst time, guys. So all these trapped longs, there's not a lot of potential buyers on the sidelines because fresh capital is not flowing into the crypto markets right now. Everything's happening OTC, and I do want to continue to point that out. That's why I'm very bullish on the future outcome of Bitcoin. But if we're just looking at the retail markets right now, those OTC trades aren't moving the markets, and when they do move the markets, we'll know, and it'll be fairly significant. So on the hourly chart, again, we're just looking at resistance here at 43.86. Nothing really exciting if you're wanting to look for a reversal in trend and a nice actual spike back up to our 5,400, 5,200 levels. Not going to be seeing that anytime until we actually can get a nice hourly close above our 55 EMA, but then we'll be on the look for a fade. All right, because we've gotten faded 1, 2, 3, 4 times. But however, looking at our hourly chart, we haven't actually had a nice breakout attempt of the 55 EMA throughout this entire period, throughout this entire decline, since we started moving down on the 14th of November. So actually, I would be kind of excited to see that. So let's go take a look at our shorts and longs. Yeah, I had this all nice and pretty, and then I had to restart my computer, and now it looks like crap. There we go. All right, so taking a look at our Bitfinex data right here. So here's our shorts. Shorts still pretty, let's see here. Let me make sure that that's jacked off. Yeah, okay. So shorts and longs still fairly equal. Not a whole lot of rising sentiment. That's a little counterintuitive to the bid-ask sum. So the bid-ask sum, actually, people entering in buys and sells across all order books do show an increase in open interest in Bitcoin, which could be good. However, not enough to tell me that we're going to be moving out of this period of consolidation. So now, guys, what do we actually see? Does it start to make a little bit more sense now if we draw a more realistic pattern right here? Yes, again, here we start to see a little bit of sense being made. I want to draw the line of best fit, and that seems, I don't know. Again, if we really go off the low, then we're looking like that right there. Doesn't seem to make more sense to me. I'd prefer to use the line of best fit to me in my eyes, which would be right around here. But let's just look at it like that. All right. So still range bound within this consolidation period. Ascending triangle in a downtrend, fairly bearish chart pattern, guys. These things rarely break to the upside. And if we do get a break to the upside, more particularly expecting a fade. However, we can wait and see, guys. Things will happen. We'll wait for volume to confirm what we see, but I don't see a trade on the table. Again, these short range, this is exactly the same thing I set up here, guys. Range bound sideways consolidation for a little bit until we get a nice break side out. This was actually more bullish than this actually looks more bearish than bullish to me. Now the nice thing about it is the widening volatility, so we can now we can actually do a little bit of a measured move. And again, I'm not much of a measured movement guy because I think it's just lazy, but 69.84. So if we do break 69.84, I'm gonna need more room. So 69.84 is gonna put us right about 3,300. All right, and I already have that line on my chart because that's our next Fibonacci channel line right there. So right around this region, if we do break bear down to the downside, and it's not a sweep, okay? So if it's a genuine breakdown candle, we'd be shorting it down to this level. If it's a reversal candle, again, we just have to wait and see what volume does at that point in time. And again, until these longs get the point, there's not a whole lot of potential sellers, guys. I want to see longs absolutely capitulate because that means that they're going to be transformed into potential buyers instead of potential sellers is what they are right now. All right, so let's go over to my checklist, guys. All right, so let's check in with BitGer. Checking out Bitcoin margin trading sentiment. All right, yeah, guys, so here's our bull bear income. So we see that bulls in trapped long positions are still in unprofitable positions. We can actually see the bear income rise up a little bit, and now we're reaching a little bit of a lull. So if we really pay attention to these patterns, guys, so here's the price in USD as the green line right here. And if we see real closely right here that when we do get a spike in bull income, unprofitability, then we can actually see a little bit of a rise in price, okay? And that's corresponded with a drop, obviously, in bear income. And again, we're not seeing a massive spike like that. So let's look at the daily chart right here. Okay, so actually, yeah, here's our price in USD. We can see that we do get an increase in bull unprofitability in long positions, just in the one-day chart. And what do we see in price? We see a reaction to that. We see price does move up, and now bulls are almost in a profitable position. That would initiate a downtrend, though. So we see a we see that bulls are almost in profitable positions right now, those individuals that opened up long positions right here. And if we go back and look at the charts, when do we see a spike in long positions? We saw a spike in long positions right about here. So those individuals are just barely in profit. Now they're fairly out of profit. They were in profit for just a little bit right there. We see that confirmed right here. We didn't actually have the switch over. All right. So this is aggregating data from all the bulls, all the longs in trapped long positions. And so again, that's just confirming what I'm saying, that they're trapped sellers. All right. They're trapped potential sellers. And just, again, this sideways accumulation period. Now, if we look at short positions dropped off, long positions stayed fairly the same, all right? So this does not aggregate. This does not take into account positions closing. Third Eye Trader, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Highly appreciated. So yeah, again, short positions starting to pick up a little bit here, as they always do at the bottom, which, again, it just continues. It's like, I just don't understand, man. Retail traders, well, I do understand. Retail traders trade based off their emotion, and they do not trade based off logic and discipline, guys. So until I see, I'm not looking for a really strong movement until I see a spike here, like we see a drop off in bearish income. And then we get a downtrend. All right. So those are the things we're looking for when we're looking at bull bear income. We're looking in divergences between these prices and shorts and longs entering and exiting. Okay. But right now, long still underwater, and long still underwater typically leads to an uptrend, guys. That's kind of the cheat sheet, guys. But again, the problem is that we have all our longs trapped in positions, and they just refuse to get the point. They refuse to get the point. We were able to get a movement up here. Why? Because longs capitulated. We were able to get a movement here, a fairly significant movement, because longs capitulated. But again, they're just rising right back up, guys, continuing by the dip. And, and buying the dip spot price, again, I have no problem with that. Because again, I've charted this out before. What's your R to R if you're buying BTC spot price right now? What if price goes down to 2,000? Well, you've got to draw down to 50%. If you're long-term thinking about Bitcoin's price, what's your upside potential? 10,000, 20,000? We won't get much crazier than that, so we'll just talk about prices that we've actually hit. Well, that means your R to R is 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. So it's not, from a long-term investment standpoint, it's not a bad idea. I mean, I was on record, guys, saying buy the dip here. Again, buying the dip spot price, different from how I'm doing leverage trading on platforms like BitMEX or Deribit. So take that into account, and I was pretty clear about saying that up here, guys. And I'm doing the same thing here, guys. Continuing to add to my long-term BTC holdings, allowing myself to dollar cost average in for a better price as we continue to move down. And then I will use my trading I'll use my trading portfolio to increase the total amount of BTC I have. However, smaller than my actual holdings of BTC that I have in cold storage. So going over to, what else did I want to look at this morning before we get into other stuff? Just looking at Bitcoins. All right, so let's go to our cryptocurrency market cap. And again, obviously, guys, just a red day. Let me refresh the page. Nice red day. Generally, this would be a day where I'd be excited to pick up some altcoins, but not super feeling it. Did we have anything that did anything? Viros, let's see here. 2 million 24-hour volume, market cap of 43 million. Okay, that's a shitcoin. Ravane still kind of on a movement back upwards. Yeah, that's weird to me. Bitcoin Diamond up 6.44%. Theta token. Oh, so and then mostly just our stable coins, guys. DAI, USD coin, True USD. Don't see MIB on here, bro. Don't see MIB on here. Looks like Factom stalled out, so we'll see what happens with Factom. Looking at our market cap, guys. 24, total market capitalization continues to take a dive. Let's zoom in here on our region right here. Yep, 24 or so. This is our total market capitalization continues to take a dive. Not super bullish on the altcoins for that reason, guys, because of that. So here's total market cap excluding Bitcoins. That continues to take a dive as well, guys. And BTC dominance rising 54.1% Bitcoin dominance, guys. So we reached a low here back in January 2018. Bitcoin dominance at 32%. And as altcoins have continued to die off, we see that BTC dominance has just been on a tear, guys. So you have to understand that's a metric that institutions are looking at. 24-hour volume, not looking fantastic today as well either, guys. So am I looking to see significant spikes in altcoin prices? Probably not today, guys. 24-hour volume continues to drop and drop and drop and drop and drop and drop throughout the month of November. So, guys. All right, so that's it for coin market cap. That's it for BitGer. Let's go look at trend and volume profile. Interesting on BitGer. I did want to point this out. So last 10 days, does machine learning. So if we actually zoom into BitGer right here at this point in time, it's pointing out a fairly significant downwards channel that price has been trending in.
9,000!
Karuk Ula J. Thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. Highly appreciated. And I'll be looking at the chat here in just a little bit, guys. XRP and ETH are coming up. So again, looking at our 10-day channel, a current top of $4,542, and we can actually set an alert here, and current bottom at $3,787. So looking for that channel to trade into, and the price prediction from the machine learning algorithm at BitGer, what is it telling us for the Bitcoin price levels for the next 24 hours? Next 24 hours, brief prediction, price of BTC will be traded in a channel near to 4,440 with 4,575 as an upper border and 4,230 as a bottom. So it's saying we're going to trade in this channel. Well, that was that's extremely helpful, BitGer. Like, you know, could you be a little bit more clear? I mean, come on, geez. Bitcoin price prediction for the next 7 days. Yeah, this stuff's not helpful, guys. Basically, what BitGer is saying, that they're predicting that price is going to continue to trade in a sideways channel, and actually, that's pretty much what I'm seeing until we get some breakup or breakdown out of this triangle. More likely to me, again, I went over this earlier, either a sweep down and we see a reversal pattern, which would bring us back up here now to the top of the channel, more likely the 21-day period moving average. Or the 21-hour period moving average, excuse me, because I'm watching the hourly chart as my canary in the coal mine right now, and we'll just see if we're able to get above that. But again, these EMAs grinding down against us, guys. Things don't look fantastic at the moment. When I see a reversal, I'll be happy to take it, man, and I will put big money behind it. But not seeing it right now, guys. Not seeing it right now. And then I also wanted to look at. Oh, yeah. Let's look at data.bitcoinity.org. Now, the bid-ask sum on Data Bitcoinity is actually showing rising open interest in spot price, because we do see that buys are willing to buy at a little bit of a higher price, and they are rising. So we actually have a 22.5 million increase in buys over today. So buys are rising, asks are rising as well. So that's a pretty good sign, actually. Price is moving down, and we are seeing open interest as price is moving sideways. So that is a good sign. Generally, that means that we're going to see. Generally, what that usually tells you is that price can move up a little bit. However, let's take that into account with what we're actually looking at here. So how high can price move up? Well, we could get above our 21 period moving average, and we can test the top of this descending triangle, which is having confluence with our 55 period moving average, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens to the bid-ask sum then, guys. Looking at the combined order books across all exchanges, the sell wall is actually starting to thin down a little bit, guys. Again, this is only showing us what's actually on the order books. And I know that the bigger orders are not going to have their money on the order books, but not looking super terrible right now. It's looking like we do have some nice support, but again, the order book doesn't start to get really chunky down here until the 4,000 regions, the 3,900 regions. And again, the order book doesn't get chunky on the sell side up until, let's see here. Well, to match, I mean, look, you can just see the thinness of the order book, compared to the thickness of the buy wall. So, that's why, and that's reflected here. If we go look at our bid-ask sum, we can see the. Come on, give me good data. Look, we can see that rise. We can see that rise in bids, okay? And we can see that also that less dramatic rise in asks, guys. All right, fantastic. So enough third-party data. Looking at CoinFarm right now, do we see any significant movements in the last 30 minutes? I really, you know what, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not digging the new format of CoinFarm. I know, like, it looks all nice and cool and shiny, but it's just it's not. I don't know. I'm not digging it, man. I'm not digging it. So yeah, do we see any significant movements? Last 30 minutes, we saw some buys try to step in and heroically fall on this grenade, guys. Last 24 hours shorts in the dominance at 50%. So still battling it out, guys. So it's still just trading these super tight ranges. Let's go look at the depth chart. We've got price right here. Let's see. Price at 42.23. Yeah. Nah, I'm not seeing anything super significant there, guys. Again. More just looking at the spot price right now and seeing how we're going to react. Just looking at what's in front of us, guys, right here. Now, if we're able to post in this higher high, if we're able to post in this lower low, again, I'm not looking for a very huge significant movement up here. You know, maybe a 3% movement to test this. And again, this 55 period moving average is grinding down on us, guys, and that has not been kind to us in the past. To us, look, we see it here. It just grinds us down, man. It just grinds us down. And again, guys, if you guys want to counter turn trade in a strong bear market where the bears are still in full control, all the power in the world to you guys. Again, the only trade I'm going to be looking to take at this point right now is if we get an hourly close above our 55 period moving average and a move to the upside, or if I get a sweep down here and I see signs of reversal, which would be strong volume spike, something like a hammer candle, and also a massive spike in shorts is what I want to see, is what I would like to see. But again, that would also be longs exiting and providing liquidity to my limit order. But again, guys, really more likely predicting a breakdown from this point in time, guys. So watching this area closely, and that's really the only BTC trade I'm interested in taking at this point in time. Okay. All right, now we will go over Ethereum and XRP, but I got to take a brief 30-second pause for the cause, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody watching me. When I come back, I think I'm going to look at I'll look at XRP and I'll look at ETH, and then we'll engage with the chat and we'll take requests, guys. Thank you so much. Just hold on 30 seconds, guys. All right, guys, and we're back. Thank you for your patience. Had to take a little bit of a break there, guys. All right, so we're going to start off and we'll look at Ethereum now. All right, guys. So again, Ethereum on the daily chart does not look good either, guys. We've got our EMA starting to grind down on us here as price continues to move down. We did see a little bit of a spike here in buying volume right here as people were attempting to buy the bottom, and they just get their faces melted off as price continues to just completely move against them, guys. Completely move against them. Now, I will say the only thing that's positive right here is looking at cumulative nets, looking at net longs and shorts, we do see here the capitulation from the longs. The longs do finally seem to have gotten it in a way that we don't see that that if we go back and look at Bitcoin in the same way that we don't see that they've completely capitulated there. However, there's still a whole lot of them though, man. There's still a whole lot of them. All right, so this is BitMEX price going over to Ethereum, USD shorts and longs. All right, let's see.
Over 9,000.
Brad Ava 1, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Highly appreciated. Again, I had all this pretty and then I had to restart my computer. And so now things are just back to where we want them, guys. So yeah, so here we have our let's switch this up, guys. All right, so let's look at our percentiles here. Yeah, we do see that. We do see the capitulation. Let's put this here. Boom. And style pin to right. Not liking that. There's got to be a better way. Yeah, let's just look at percentages, guys. Yeah, we do see that we do see that massive spike in shorts here at the bottom of a downtrend, and the longs have capitulated, guys. And generally, especially if we're looking at the hourly chart right here, generally that tells me that those are usually, looking at sentiment data, those are usually the telltale signs of a reversal. However, guys, you know, the spot price is just not showing it out, guys. The daily chart's looking bad. Again, I charted out where we are likely to reach into some resistance right here, looking at the volume profile, and that was at 140. We broke down below that, so entering into a consolidation range right here. And if we take a wider zoomed out look at our volume profile, we see that stops. That stops right about where we're at with price, guys. And underneath us, there's not a whole lot. So if we zoom down, we can see, again, do I have to do it again? Again, it's like I have to draw these lines every single day because I suck at computers. Yeah. So again, we don't really see support till $100, and then nothing really below us again until $50, guys. You know, and I've been saying that for quite a while. There's just nothing underneath us, guys. And again, you get what you deserve. You know, Ethereum wanted to have this massive tear up, run up off, not have sustainable, slow, consolidating growth on the way on our movements upward. And you're going to get the exact same thing coming back down, guys. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but people in life get what they deserve, and the charts move the way that they do. So here's our consolidation range right here, looking at our volume profile and zooming out, looking back at historical data. You can see right there, where's the volume stop? Right here at 118.95, price trading $3 above that at 121.91. And there's nothing between here, and I would say we can move this up maybe to here if we wanted to be optimistic, 102.19. But I'm going to be less optimistic, and I'm going to put that down to 94.66. There's nothing here, guys. There's absolutely nothing here. A breakdown below this level is looking pretty bad, guys. So again, and on the daily chart, that deadly dun 8-day moving average moving down and closer to us. And it's just been grinding us down, man, grinding us down. Looking at the lower time frames, look, that 8-day period moving average is grinding even closer and closer, continuing to trade lower. We're actually about to trade potentially on the current 12 candle, which we've got 5 hours and 53 minutes left to close. We could actually close lower than the last 12-hour low, which would not be fantastic. And we can see here, nice spike in selling volume here, and then we're able to travel below it on volume as well, guys. Again, now there are a lot of potential buyers because the longs have pretty much dropped off the face of the planet. And we do have spikes and shorts. We do have spikes and shorts here. So we have a lot of potential buyers left in the market, guys. So when we have shorts that are in positions that are profitable, they're generally looking to take profit. And when you have longs on the sidelines and that are not trapped in positions, you have potential buyers, guys. So the longs have capitulated on Ethereum, and there is a potential that we can see that bounce movement. But I am not going to believe it until I see it, guys. I need to see more convincing volume. I need to see some way, shape, form, taste, touch, smell. I need to see some buy volume come in on this bad boy right here. And we'll move this down to existing pain below. All right, cool. It doesn't matter that our RSI and our Fisher Transform are completely oversold. None of that matters right now. The only way that might matter is if we're looking at short-term movements on our lower time frames, guys. So let's see here. So what do we see from volume? Yeah, we're seeing rising volume on our down movements and expecting. So here's what we might potentially see here. A little bit of a baby bitch movement up here, guys. And I'm going to kill that left price scale. I'm officially writing TradingView and telling them to remove the left price scale feature from my personal account. Maybe a little baby bounce movement back upwards. That's a 4% trade potentially here if we're able to hold support. And it gives you, it's not a horrible R to R. So like, let's look at this level. Again, I would wait for a tail here, guys. And we'll see when we go down to the hourly chart if we can actually see a trade. Where would you have to set your R to R to make the trade worthwhile? You'd have to set it right beneath support. Now, the problem with that, though, is that if you, the people that are, you see a spike in longs right here, guys. We do see a spike in longs right here. So we have some longs that entered here. Where are they going to have their stop loss? They're going to have their stop loss right here. So actually, if you are going to play this, the way that I would play it is if we get up to this 8-period moving average, say here on the 6-hour chart, we can see that we've gotten rejection from it time and time and time again. That would be my trigger to take a short position. And then you can target down here where all the trap liquidity of the trap longs are. Or you're going to wait for a movement down here on high volume to take the long trade back upwards, guys. Again, if you're trying to counter trend trade against the trend, you have to look for where your pockets of liquidity are and realize that the price wants to move toward liquidity. So where is the liquidity at right now? Well, for the longs, the liquidity is right here because this is where they're all going to have their shorts. So right underneath 118.95. So anywhere from 118.95 to 115 in that region right there. That's where the longs are going to have their stop losses. And if those stop losses get triggered, that's a sell. That's going to push price down lower. And then you can expect, once stops get triggered, you can expect a little bit of a bounce scalp trade back up. Now, whether that's just a scalp trade back to a region where we just break down from again, because then the shorts use that opportunity to pile in, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, guys. But yeah. Ethereum looking pretty nasty to me right now. Going down to the 4-hour chart, yeah, we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing that 8-period moving average just grind us down and grind us down and grind us down. And the fact that we're getting a little bit of a double bottom here is not a good sign to me. It's not a good sign to me. We do get rising volume on the down movement. We get lowering volume on the movement back up, and now we've got low volume down in this low area. And this looks like a low volatility area where if your directional bias is correct, there is a potential trade on the maps. Again, I'm not interested in taking the trade to the upside. I don't care how impressive it is. I don't care what I miss. Do not care because I'm not expecting legs from it. And the only way I'm going to be interested is if we look down to our hourly chart, the only way I'm going to be interested is if we do see a reverse in trend. Because we're just going to get smacked down, guys. If you guys feel like taking that 5% speculative trade, that's absolutely fine on you. Not something that I want to be taking, especially, no, not something that I want to be taking, especially with longs already trapped as potential sellers. Yeah, I'd be waiting for these longs to capitulate and look down into this level and see a higher spike in shorts, guys. But yeah, we'll just wait and see on Ethereum. XRP, yeah, guys. So this continues to look nasty. I had talked about this a few days ago. Malicious Upload had provided us with this channel, and we were trading into it. And on Bitfinex, we broke down out of it. And I was talking about this at that point in time. We were in the voice chat talking about this. And we got that rejection from the bottom of the channel on Bitfinex, and then it's just been nothing but a nice trail back down, guys. So again, we can see that on the hourly chart, we have the upwards momentum. Once we break above the 55-period moving average, we're able to go on a little bit of a tear and establish this channel. But then the canary in the coal mine here, again, our 55-period moving average, and we break down below it. It acts as resistance. We try to consolidate at it for a while, and then we just move back down, guys. And this was actually, again, when you see long candles like this, you're looking for a speculative entry. But, so say if you're smart enough to actually buy on red, you could have gotten a fantastic trade back up to our 55-period moving average. But now that's just grinding us down and grinding us down and grinding us down, guys. It's going to take us a while to resolve from this. And the fact that we are seeing a double bottom right here does not impress me. The most that I am expecting that we could potentially see from this is if we actually do see a stab in volume. Let's see here. All right, load for me, baby. Cool. Yeah, so we see that again. So longs are pretty low. We don't have a lot of shorts entering in here. So again, we could get a movement here because we don't have a lot of potentially trapped sellers. But where's the liquidity at right now in the markets here on the hourly chart? Well, where would you have your stop loss set? Right below here, right below support. So again, not looking to take a trade until we see liquidity get tapped right at that point in time. Now we'll just wait and see, guys. This doesn't look like a trade I'm looking to take. Again, I'm not looking to enter into a long as price is moving down until we see a reversal, sign of a reversal, or a spike in volume, which again we're just not seeing here, especially if we reset the chart and zoom in here, guys. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. We're seeing declining volume on the way down throughout this movement, this period of consolidation, and we haven't entered into an area of low volatility yet, except on the long time frame. So if your directional bias is correct, and my directional bias is to the downside. My directional bias is to wait for a bounce movement back up and then use that to enter into a short the same way we saw this right here. These are the movements you want to take. And yeah, I'm thinking that this next bounce movement is going to be less impressive. So again, the high maybe a bounce back up here to that 21 period moving average. And again, if you feel like taking that, that's absolutely fine for you, but it's just not the movement that I'm looking to take right now. I'm going to be looking to continue to trade with the dominant trend right now in XRP, which is down. And yeah, and look to the downside on that. So on the daily chart, let's look at where we actually lost the trend. We lost the trend 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago when we closed below the 55 period moving average. And then if you wanted confirmation of that, look at your daily chart. You had another indecision doji that got rejected from your 55 period moving average. And then we had the complete reversal. We had the complete reversal in trend right there, guys. And we have your shorts piling in right here. Now, again, the nice thing about this is we'll see here. So where's the liquidity on the daily chart? Liquidity on the daily chart is actually going to be right around here. All right, where if there are longs still trapped in the market, and again, the longs are low, but the liquidity in the market is going to be right here. All right. So potentially the better thing is to wait on XRP for that movement back down. And again, so this would be our this is going to be our horizontal support and resistance. And so where's that region right there? So about 36 to 37 cents, and we'll see what happens. If price is able to break below that, not looking fantastic. Now, looking at our Fibonacci, is that a trade we want to take? I gotta zoom down there a little bit. Swing low to swing high. Where are we at? Yep, that's also our 786 Fibonacci retracement level. We can see it held right there, and we're going to see if it holds again, guys. A double tap off this support does not seem good because the last time we tapped off of it, we did get a little bit of a bounce play. We did get a bit of a bounce play. We got a 50% bounce play, so that's good. So we'll see. On the hourly chart, not looking to take the trade. On the daily chart, we could be setting up for something. Okay, we'll see if the horizontal support we'll see if the horizontal support holds, but if it breaks, guys, we're just going to continue trading in the dominant trend, guys. So, yeah, not looking super great. All right, so let me summarize, guys. Let me summarize. BTC USD. BTC USD range bound trading in this descending triangle, and the trade that I'm looking to take is a long. If we actually see a reversal from this point, and I'm looking to trade that up to the resistance of 43.86. Alternatively, I'm looking for another failed rally up here to 43.86, and I'll use that to take the short position down, but it looked like we already missed that potential right here. However, I'm looking also to, again, you could also enter, if we don't see a reversal right here, and we do actually see a breakdown volume candle on high volume, and again, we need volume to confirm all of this, guys, and the fact that I'm seeing rising volume as we're moving down here in this period of consolidation lets me know that most likely in this pattern we're going to break down. Again, we already looked at the measured movement and our downside potential here at 3,300, 3,400. So most likely my dominant position is going to be looking to take a short, and I'll just be waiting today and tomorrow to see where my correct entry is for that position. Ethereum. Ethereum, again, I'm looking for more downside on Ethereum as we continue to grind down and grind down. The only upside bounce play I'm looking to take is if we fall down to where the trap liquidity is between 115 and 118. I'll wait for volume to confirm maybe a little baby bitch movement back up to take a speculative long up here back to our 21 period moving average. More than likely, it'll be more likely that on our 60-minute chart, we actually only make it maybe to our 13 period moving average. However, there is a play there, but I'll be more safe in waiting for whatever happens to play out and then take that as an opportunity to re-enter into a short to take the trade to the downside, guys. However, people still in their Ethereum shorts, still in their long-term positions, not seeing any signs of a trend reversal for you to get out of that yet. XRP still trading the dominant downtrend to the downside. And again, on the hourly chart, not really looking to take any little baby plays that we see right here. Again, even if this plays out and we do get some movement back up here, a little 3% trade, you guys can try and take that if you want. We do see the longs kind of stepping here on the hourly chart a little bit, and the longs are capitulated. There are potential buyers sitting on the sidelines. However, still looking, again, really the trade that I'm most interested in taking is I feel more confident about the short play to the downside until we can tap into this liquidity right here. Probably looking for this to break down right here, and I'll use that as a trigger to probably go short, and then we'll see what bounce play we can get off this. But yeah, guys, the bear is still in full control, guys, and even XRP USD is flipped. So that's how I feel about that at the moment. All right. Guys, I really wish, because I see we got some Twitch followers. I see we got some Twitch chatters. So again, if I'm missing your follows, guys, I apologize. It's hard for me to see. I have to actually go over and look at Twitch. So let's go to the chats and answer some questions. And then we'll take some requests, guys, as we're dragging in here into our last hour. Okay, let me make sure the volume is muted. Looking fantastic. And yeah, I guess I didn't actually have that open, so let's see here. A shout out to our recent Twitch followers, MICSE80, thanks for the follow. S1ETYE, thanks for the follow. Servitz and Sekonjebin, thank you so much for the follow, man. I appreciate it. All right, so let's minimize that, and I'll go to the Restream chat, and we'll see if we got any good questions. Scroll all the way back up to the top. All right, Malicious Upload, thank you for joining us this morning, man. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Light Yagami, as always, good morning to you. Mr. or Mrs. Debick, thank you for joining us. Yes, I knew my mic was muted. Clipson Plexterfield, loving that name. Thanks for joining us again this morning, as always. Just trolling us gently. Yes, as always. All right, guys. Alexander Pearson, we've already given the shout out. John Dunn, hope you're doing good over there in the old empire today. Alex says, bottom is 2,700, 960 or 620. Looking at, what did he say? XRP. I think you're talking about XRP BTC, so let's look at that for you, sir. First off, let's do. 960 or 620. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're talking about the Ripple Bitcoin on Bitfinex. Yep. So yeah, so according to Alex, he thinks that we've lost the uptrend right here. We do see on the daily chart RSI being oversold. We were oversold here and saw a reversal. And what do we see? We see falling volume on this last movement back up, guys. So we saw a nice increase in volume right here, and then fairly weak volume as Ripple Bitcoin continued to move up here. And then we see these nice kind of spikes in buying. That's generally signs of a trend exhaustion, guys. On the daily chart on Ripple Bitcoin, still holding that uptrend. However, we're breaking down now below our lower period moving average on some pretty high volume, guys. This kind of looks down. This is beginning to look like breakdown confirmation. So we'll see how the volume plays out over the next few days on Ripple Bitcoin, guys. Currently, to truly lose the uptrend and see the signals of a trend reversal, look which is not looking fantastic. That's about 23% down. So again, for the Ripple plays, I'd be taking the profit and looking to trade to I'd be looking to take that downside potential, guys, on Ripple Bitcoin. Yep, we can see the longs have completely fallen off and the shorts have entered en masse. At the top of an uptrend, which is generally what you want to see right here, was been your first signal to potentially go short, because you see that longs are skyrocketing and hitting an all-time high right here at this point. Price continues to move up a little bit on lower volume. We get a buying climax right around this point, and price is able to move up just a little bit, but I think we've just tapped into the liquidity of all the trapped buyers that were right here, guys. This is going to act as strong resistance because we already had that buying climax here, and we had a lot of people buy in here, and they're happy to sell at break even or a slight loss. They don't want to sell at a complete loss, which is what they would have been selling at for those who bought in here. So we always have to keep that in mind. Horizontally, where are the buyers and sellers trapped at, and what is their psychology? So yeah, I think we have lost the uptrend on XRP BTC here. Looking for downside potential, definitely. We're also getting that sell crossover on the Fisher transform on the hourly chart, confirmed by oversold RSI, or excuse me, overbought RSI. And yeah, we'll just see how this plays out. All right, bottom is 2,700. Whew, man. Yeah, because that 786 is 58,325, man. On the big play movement. Whew, man, that's a rough one, dude. 2,700, Alex says. Oh, so okay. So clearly we're looking at VPVR. Yeah, so a break below this level is not fantastic. Where's our volume telling us that we are right here, guys? Yeah, so yeah. 77,647 is the next area I'm going to be looking at fairly closely. And again, that's our 55 period moving average. The volume really drops off below there. Yeah, and then we've got a few areas where price can potentially move around, but where's our next high volume node really start? It starts right down around this baby boy right here, right above our last consolidation period where the uptrend began, 530.02. Measured movement downwards of about 40% to the downside on XRP. If we do see that, we've been completely wrong about the decoupling of XRP BTC price. But again, guys, what goes up must come down. What goes up must come down. So we don't have confirmation of the loss of the uptrend right now. We just see that things are overbought, and we'll just see how this plays out. But again, horizontal support and resistance, we have so many buyers enter in here, so many long positions enter in here, and they're underwater, and they're going to be looking to exit. And we can see that confirmation of them exiting here and exiting here, guys. Exiting here. So now we do have potential buyers on the sidelines. We do have potential buyers on the sidelines, but are they going to be looking to buy as price is moving down? Nope, probably not. Even though that's generally the smarter thing to do. But in this case, we do seem a little bit overextended. Debic, we will be looking at Apollo here in just a little bit. Florian Rat, when XRP go to the moon, looking like it's kind of at the moon right now. How low you guys thinking XRP go down? So yeah, I think oh, Christian. Okay, Christian is how you say it. My bad. Okay, I missed that. Okay, Christian Debic. Cool. I really like the way that's spelled. Seems XRP is news driven 90% of the time, so I wouldn't hold your breath at Florian Rat. Let's see here. Real talk with Justin Wise. Light Yagami, 28 viewers, 9 likes. Likes for the incoming bull run. Yeah. Does this mean it will be easier to mine BTC for the average Joe at home? Yes, it does, because as it becomes unprofitable to mine BTC, the difficulty will most likely go down. And it also means there will be less people mining. That means there's less people trying to eat away at the pie. Smashed it. Gabe Anderson, thanks for smashing that like, man. MICSE80 asks, hello, Justin. One question for later, perhaps. What do I think about the 1K buy wall sitting on Bitfinex for hours now like a rock? Oh, excuse me. 10% bid ask sum showing it should be there since 4 hours now. Who is talking about this? I saw somebody talking about this. Let me pull up the conversation. go take a look at it. So, well, okay, so we do remember what happened yesterday. We do. Was it yesterday or I think it was early yesterday morning? We had that person with the 5,000 Bitcoin position claim their leveraged long, so they use their own margin to cover the leverage and still keep their spot position open. So potentially adding more to that. Well, if there's a 1,000 buy wall sitting on Bitfinex for hours now like a rock, it's either spoofing or legitimately somebody wanting to buy up. But generally, 1,000 BTC buy wall. The orders that move the markets typically don't sit on the. Let's go over to Bitfinex. I shouldn't have ducked to go that shit, but whatever. Let's see here. Go take a look at the order. Why are you doing this to me? Yep. Cool. Got it. Yep. Fuck off. Done. All right. Looking at that order book. Let's see here. Full book. Let's go look at the bass. Maybe a bit weathered. All right, let's see here. Yeah, okay, so I do see it. 18.6 million. Bitfinex. I'll tell you what, man, I'm not the master of correlating some of this data, at getting at BAS and BitAskSum. And I'm not even able to find it on Bitfinex right now. So I'll just tell you what I know, unless you can help me and point this out. I'm a little bit behind in the chat, so I'll have to scroll down to see if you're actively talking to me. This is generally not my area of expertise on how I trade. So where is that? What price is that at? Let me scroll down to the bottom of the chat. Okay, it was at 42.70 and it's taken out now with spoofy prep. So I mean, yeah, just based off what I know, when you're seeing like massive, that's kind of the first thing it tells me, is because I can't see it. It was at 42.70. All right, so actually let me roll up and see what's happening around 42.70. So generally you see that more. You definitely see it in altcoins and you see it in Bitcoin sometimes, and Bitfinex is kind of the king of like spoofy stuff happening with BTC price. But generally what you're going to see is, so let's go back and look at BTC price, specifically on Bitfinex actually. So yeah, where's trap liquidity at right now? 42.08, and where's our local low? 42.98. So 42.70, potentially trying to lure sellers down and to tap into that liquidity right there. Yeah, but again, I wouldn't be falling for that, because we swept this level right here. We see the sweep right here, so potentially, yeah, price can move up, but I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of crazy weird stuff they're doing over on Bitfinex, but if you're seeing 1,000K buy wall pop in and out, trying to suppress price, trying to potentially push price higher, so that they can enter into a short. Most likely is what they're going to do. They're opening up leverage. That's typically what happens. Open up leverage shorts, buy the price up, put buy walls in so that people think that the sentiment is bullish, so they're pushing price up, and then the people open up more leverage shorts and then dump using multiple accounts. It happens all the time. There's a really good summary of this on Medium, but it's just what you see. But I mean, you don't really need all that to see, like, I mean, what's the psychology of a trader right now? Like, I'm looking at this like I'm looking for an opportunity to enter into a short. You know, I'm looking to continue to trade in the dominant trend. So, they just want to get price pushed up as high as they can so they can enter back into a short and dump on these people. They already had their opportunity here, but again, that 5K BTC order kind of like screwed up the books for a little bit. So we'll see what happens, man. All right, let me get back up to the chat and see. Yep, MICSE 80, it's gone now. Yep, spoofing, brother. Mining is a form of averaging in and help secure the network. Yep, that's true. So is BTC still going down? Looks like it. I put another 100 USD, and hey, man, moving the markets right on, bro. Or come voice chat with me as I am in there every day, son. Yep, Hayden. Banging it. Do I recommend shorting BTC at the current price? Overall, yes. At the moment, no. You don't short at the bottom of a trend. You don't short at the bottom of price movement. Wait for a movement back up here, or wait until you get a confirmed breakdown. Take your sell down and set it to 1 million and we all win. Yeah. Bring Bitcoin to 1 million. Hey, man, make Bitcoin great again. Whales are calculating 100,000. That is why they aren't buying yet. Can I analyze XRP? I already did. What's ETH looking like? Looking like shit. Should I take profit around 4K if I went short at 4,400? Looks like you might be underwater here if price makes a little pop back up, but no, I'd just wait to see what happens. I would wait to see what happens. I mean, I would be out of your short at break even, and then I'd just wait for a higher price to be able to enter into your short, looking at the top of this descending triangle and looking for potentially a test of this 55 EMA, because I don't like to be underwater. If I've missed an opportunity, then I'll just go back in. But you're looking kind of safe right now. We'll just see if we can even get above these at 44.14. Yeah, because I don't see the volume. I don't see the volume saying that we're gonna get a significant move off this, guys. Doesn't look like it to me. All right, yes, Scott, I'll talk about the 15% discount in the merch store today. 23 BTC sale wall on Binance, XRP 9300 sats. Doesn't mean a lot. Field collector, if I have time, could I give my thoughts on the Nulls BTC chart? Yep, I could take a look at it. Watch the patterns where the bulls played the market during 300 to 1100 USD BTC. They practiced this for a couple of years. Yes, they did. Null's no longer a top 100 coin. I dump. Bro, when market will recover? Probably, I don't know, 2019, 2020. December, year to be announced. Can I do some TA on Bcash SV? Sure, why not? Hi, Justin, can I take a look at your Bcash setup in the tech channel? It's a bit cluttered, but wanted to make sure it had all the info on it. All right, well, yeah, I'll look at your Bcash setup. And so Bcash SV and Nulls. Mark Mo, thank you so much for the sub on YouTube, man. Really appreciated it. And okay, cool. So now I can see the Twitch chat a little bit better. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of our lovely shit coins. Again, guys, hey, I will post an update because today is Friday, so the new Commitment of Traders report is coming out. So we're going to be able to see what institutional traders we're doing. Let's close all this because it's not relevant. The only thing I'm interested in looking at here is our Commitment of Traders data. So we will be able to see the new data from the CME. To see where institutional traders are at right now in BTC, and I think that things are kind of slow. Here's the thing, man. Around 3:30, so in about 2 hours actually. So it's 3:30 Eastern, so about 2 hours from my time. That Commitment of Traders data is going to come out, guys, and we're going to see a movement based off that. If institutions are long, people are going to step into long positions. If institutions are short, people are going to step into short positions. So I'll post an update here in a couple hours, guys. So kind of boring for right now. We can see, again, looking at price action. Price action's looking like it's setting up to break down. This doesn't look like a setup to break out to me, but this could all change on a dime, guys, if the institutions step in. It's just like Warren Buffett or whatever dropping a note on the floor that says, you know, buy Kellogg's stock, and then Kellogg's stock skyrockets. So, alrighty, guys. XLM continues its decline down. I see that right there. Chainlink continues the slow drain down. Sorry, guys. BTG continues to consolidate, but still is continuing to get ground down by the 55 period moving average. No sign yet of a change. So we'll just take this and knock out XRP USDT. Yeah, man. That buy wall is obviously going to be, that buy wall makes sense because look, we're sweeping support. But I think they're going to get wrecked because they're just getting ground down by the dominant trend. XRP USDT. Yeah. All right, so nulls. So on the daily chart, nulls has only been oversold on the RSI twice here, and we got a little bit of a movement back up to the 55 period moving average, but keep in mind the bears are still in control of nulls. Okay, we'll see what short plays we can get off this for right now. Again, I'm just not super overly excited about long plays right now on altcoins, but we'll take a look. So we see that we've got a pretty choppy volume profile here. We've got a strong period of consolidation around this area and around this area. So again, this lets us know that these are key price levels right here at this area. However, we're not looking at those right now. Now we're looking at these downsides, and we can see that a lot of people bought in around this area right here. And then they came underwater, and then they kind of started panic selling around this area right here. And then we had a lot more people start buying up here. Actually, looking at the volume profile, I mean, insane volume transacted at this level. Crazy, actually, looking at the volume profile here on nulls. More people bought in, more volume was transacted at this level right here than anywhere else. That's a pretty crazy volume profile. That actually looks kind of good. That means there was some like massive super smart buyers who actually bought the frickin' dip. That's crazy. You almost never see that, man. You almost never see that. Let's see here. Let's see where the volume is. So yeah, we've got increasing volume as we move down into this period of as actually we move down. So this is pretty bearish. And here we get the declining volume as we move into this period of consolidation. We get either an accumulation. This is either signs of accumulation right here, or a test pump, or just a pump and dump. And then continuing, and then we've got increasing volume as price moves down. Not super bullish, but also if we see the signs of reversal, that would be fantastic. I don't see a selling climax here, though. I don't see a selling climax to really indicate that price is actually going to make a reversal in trend. And you can see that our EMAs continue to grind us down. We're not really able to make it above them. We have a fake breakout here. It gets faded. We move down. We get a fake breakout here. It gets faded. We move down. And now this is just a little bit different. Now this would have been a good like bounce play over the last few days to take that like 15% trade up. But now you're getting ground down by your 8 period moving average. That's where you're at for resistance. You could only wick as high as your 13 period moving average. And looking at volume profile here again, you know, we'll zoom it out on the big chart just so you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm just measuring where the top and the low of the volume spike is, and above that fairly low volume. Price can move fairly quickly between that. And then where's your major resistance at, starting at your next HVN right here. So I think if we're able to start to get above this period right here, we could see a movement up here to test 16,397. Typically, you know, I'm not bullish on these movements happening. I'm more inclined to see the breakdown, to see the EMAs continue to push these movements down, because again, we zoom back out to, where our exponential moving average is. We're in this period of, we're in this other like little HVN and antecedent to the HVN that's right down here. So as long as we hold this support down here, it's 11.032. That's fine, but a break of that's terrible. We're going back into no man's land. And again, like the current area we're in right now is kind of like an odd area right here where we're obviously seeing pumps coming in. Now, at the bottom of a downtrend, this nice big spike and bullish volume is typically pretty good, guys, but everything is so short goddamn lived in altcoin space right now. So let's look at our 12-hour chart. We do see a higher low formed on our 12-hour chart. But again, you know what I really like to see is a selling climax at this region. This to me is looking like it's looking like weak sauce, man. But again, that's a nice spike in buying volume here. I'm just wondering, like, where do we see the last spike in buying volume, guys? Right here. So we've got a lot of trapped buyers right here. So that is obviously going to form a strong area of resistance, and we can see that. It doesn't really represent in the volume profile. So maybe actually more selling than buying. But keep in mind, guys, somebody bought up here at the top. So where do I see this thing potentially going if this does play out the way that, you know, I'm assuming that you'd like it to? Well, again, guys, every time we make it to the 55 period moving average, we get broken down on the 12-hour chart. I'm assuming we're going to see the same thing looking at our lower time frames. So potentially maybe a high as like 15,119 before we see rejection again, but we're already kind of seeing a double top right here. We have trapped buyers at this place right here, and they're happy to sell at a loss. However, more buyers right here, so that's good. This actually could propel us above this area. Let's look down at our lower time frames. Establishing higher lows, so not doing too bad. And we've got this strong area of resistance right here on our 6-hour chart, guys. So got to get above this area right here. Again, on the 6-hour chart, we're seeing the 55 period moving average grind down on us. We are able to break above our 21 period moving average. So I'd say as long as we close above that, as long as we stay above that, that's not looking too bad here on hourly chart. 212,851. 12,851 looks important to me. Let's continue to move down our lower time frames here. Indecision doji here at the top. Big selling volume here on the 4-hour candlestick, rivaling the buying right here. So we'll just have to see kind of how these 4 hours play out. Again, here's the potentials right here on the 4-hour chart. We're already at the 55 period moving average and getting resistance. Have not been able to break above that as well. To me, it kind of looks like this is done. But you could watch this pretty closely. I would have already been taking profit on this, but watching these time frames right here and seeing if we can actually start to get a break and a close above these periods right here. Because again, if we do, the potential to run up here to 16,397 is in the books. There's not a lot of volume that was transacted at these levels, so not seeing, you know, probably a slow grind upwards. But my bias is to say that the movement has already happened, and that if you missed it, most likely we're going to see a fallback into consolidation. I don't see what's going to make nulls any different from any of these other altcoins, especially as all eyes are going to be on Bitcoin to see if we continue to break down. And if we do break down, keep in mind that all this nice bullish movement is for naught, because people are just going to exit positions. That's going to suppress price down so that they can switch over to Deribit and BitMEX and Bitfinex to open up short positions, because they can make much more profit off a 10x short on Bitcoin traveling $500 than they can make on a $1,000 nulls position, potentially going up 20%. I'm not even looking at Cardano, man. I don't have a chart open for Cardano, my friend. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Hey, are you seeing a 42.50 target for a short as I am? Well, I mean, I'm not looking to enter into a short here. I'm looking to play out. I'm looking to get more movement here, guys. Again, I want this to kind of range and consolidate here. I guess if we go down to the 15-minute chart, let me see here. Man, I'm just leery about taking a position in BTC at the moment, although we did get ground down from the 55 period moving average. So on the 15-minute chart, you could try and take your speculative trade right here. Had a lot of shorts enter in here, all right, at the top of this movement. Had a lot of longs enter here. They always make the wrong thing. On the 15-minute chart, we do have a nice spike in longs relative. So comparative on the 15-minute chart. They dropped off. Shorts entering the market right here. Low volatility. Looking for this to break, man. I don't know. Would I be more confident in taking a short position? Yes, but I'd rather wait for a bigger movement here on the 1-hour chart and see how far this bullish volume goes. Maybe up here to the 21 period moving average. Again, we haven't swept this level yet here. This was your best place to enter, so kind of want to wait for this triangle to play out. I'd rather play, really what I'd rather play, and I talked about this earlier on BTC, is the break of the channel, and then we can go over here to XBT. The XBT will be a little bit different. Let me reset the chart. Yeah, so 15-minute chart on XBT. Yeah, we could potentially be looking at entering in one at like 42.58, I guess, but I just want to wait. I just want to wait for this to break out more, guys, on the spot price. I want to wait for this to break out more. I want to look for a better opportunity to enter into my short here, getting close for a sweep down to the lower level to take that bounce trade back up. Cash out my long as we hit resistance here off our 55 EMA and then enter into my short looking for that breakdown, or wait for that breakdown of the support, all right? And then take the high volume spike breakdown short trade as well down to, what did I say? Looking at the daily chart. Oh, because my target's on Coinbase. Down to 33.53. Down to 33.53. But we'll just wait and see, guys. Seems like a little bit of a boring day, but will I go live to do the COT report? No, but I will post it in the Discord here. All right, 12 minutes left in the stream. Oh, he's talking about that bottom ticker. I don't know, guys. That's a webhook plugin. You're gonna have to contact the where the prices are going right to left on the ticker. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to contact the person who did that. I just subcontracted that out. It seemed pretty accurate for me, but maybe it's just stuff to talk about. All right, 7 cents on Cardano. Maybe what I need to do is let me try this. I just refreshed the page. Maybe it'll be more accurate now. I thought it was being updated as we spoke. But if you guys are seeing problems with it, we'll continue, guys. Yeah, I already covered XRP. Just please rewind. And then BCH, SV, and malicious is Bcash. We'll look at that real quick. All right, something happening in the household, so we're gonna have to wrap this up super quick. All right, so let's go take a look at nulls. We already looked at nulls, so let's look at BCH SV on Binance Bitcoin Cash SV. Ooh, had a little bit of a tear there. All right, cool, not bad. Not bad. Looking at the 1-hour chart, what do we see right here? Well, we see we had the break of the 55 period moving average, and it seems like the a rising volume here, guys, but I think we're going to look for a pullback right here. It doesn't take a genius to say that, but again, we do have a little bit of a buying climax right here. Typically, again, I don't have any information on the longs and shorts, and I'm sorry, I know that something just happened, so I got to get running here in just a second. We have that nice spike up in buying right here. We break the 55 period moving average. Again, this is a place where I'd be looking to take profits. I was looking at the SV. If we are able to actually get above that high again there, then it gets a little bit more bullish. We're going to see how far this reversal can take us. Again, maybe looking at our 8 period moving average. If that 8 period moving average holds at 12,875, we can potentially keep the uptrend right here, but see, RSI entered oversold here on the hourly chart. Let's zoom to our higher time frames and see where our potential areas of resistance are. RSI not oversold yet on the 4-hour chart, and we are over that. Man, price still so new on this Bitcoin Cash SV. We've got our horizontal support and resistance right here, top of the volume profile. So again, yeah, let's take a look here, guys. Again, like I said, if we're able to close and move above, let's see, 16,049, pretty low volume node. We could run as high up here. Nope, not Alt G, Alt H. Could run as high as 17,061. So how much more of a movement is that? That's another 10%, guys. And then we'll see what we can do over that. So, but our low volume node, our high volume node ends here. So really got to look for that level of 12,168, which I think is pretty much the same thing that I talked about on the hourly chart here as well. Yep, so that's corresponding to our 13-period moving average. So we'll see if we can keep the uptrend here on Bitcoin Cash SV. I'll actually take a look at this here in a little bit. I got to get going and deal with some of my personal stuff, take care of my kids, and then I'll be back on to do live day trading and posting trade ideas and positions. All the guys who DM'd me over yesterday interested in the Signals group and the one-on-one mentorship, sorry I've been busy. I will be responding to your messages today and getting you guys all onboarded if that is something. All right, so Hayden, I apologize. Why does Dinosaur Coin keep killing my link gains? Hey man, it is what it is. McAfee on it. Dead cat bounce. Dead cat bounce. No, looks like more like an attempt at an uptrend, but it could be a dead cat bounce. I'll take a little bit of a bigger look at it here as we move on, guys. Malicious, I apologize. I'm not going to have time to look at your chart live on the air. However, once I get done, probably here in about an hour, I will take a look at the stuff and I'll be available for live day trading in the chat, man. So let's pay the bills, guys. What you need to do is pull up your browser and you need to type in cracking cryptocurrency.com, man. Go ahead and take yourself on over to crackingcryptocurrency.com. You know, it's what you want to do. It's the most important thing you could do with your day-to-day. And the most important thing you can do once you get here is click this blue button, join the community. That's going to bring you right to our Discord. Hop in the voice chat and live day trade with us, guys. Look at our charts, take advantage of our educational material, talk to traders who know what they're talking about. Bam, you guys can do it. We can do it together. Together we can dominate the markets, guys. Need support. While you're here, guys, if you like what you see, if you want to keep us on the air, please go check out the merch. We do have a Black Friday sale, only 3 days left. Right now using the coupon code up here. We do have some new options here. We've got the HODL gang going strong, guys. We've got stuff for your baby. We've got stuff for your girlfriend. We've got stuff for your boyfriend, man. Pick it up. If you guys want to see the Kraken Crypto brand stuff, you guys want to move on over to page 2. You guys know we worked hard on the logo. Pick up some swag. I'm quite fond of the hat myself. Still looking at adding a beanie. I guess maybe that's not possible with the vendor that we have. If you guys are interested in increasing your trading skills and trading along with us, ask us about our cryptocurrency trading services, our premium chat and voice group, get access to our premium VIP voice chat where we're day trading, get access to our premium signals and one-on-one mentorship with the Kraken Cryptocurrency team. Black Friday sale still going on. So currently 1 month is $49.99, 3 months is $129.99. That's all the prices I have quoted in my head. I know that our lifetime right now is $77.99.99. So feel free to visit this page or contact us in the Discord for more questions, guys. If you have any questions, as always, you can reach us at contact@crackingcryptocurrency.com or fill out our contact us form. We do respond to all questions. Leave any comments, questions, sarcastic remarks, and death threats in the comment section down below on the YouTube video or DM me in the Discord. I reply to all messages. It just might take time, as we're seeing today, guys. So Light Yagami, I have DM'd you on the Discord and you have not replied, meaning that yes, you do not know how to Discord. We'll get you taught though. It's all right, guys. So hopefully you guys found today's thing informative. I went over BTC, ETH, XRP. I looked at nulls. I looked at Bcash, SV, not as quickly as I wanted. I apologize for that really brief summary, but something just happened. I got to get running. I will take I'll take more of a look at it here if you guys hop in the Discord, and I'll give you guys my trade ideas and recommendations. All right, guys, that ends it for me today. Hopefully you had a good day, fantastic day, and hopefully you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving yesterday. And remember, if you go out to do any Black Friday selling today, don't run over any old ladies. You guys be good and trade safely, guys. I'm Justin Wise for CrackingCryptocurrency.com. Peace out.